Right. And I want to talk about how also Roe v. Wade applies to queer people too. People think of it as just something that is a problem for cis women. I want to give space here to talk about how this affects queer and trans people as well, not just cis people or straight people and transmasculine people who are birthing parents or even any don't want to be any sort of couple that is any mix of any kind of body is affected by this, and also is affected by, you're right, like the Lawrence v. Texas sodomy laws. I just think I've said this on Just Between Us a lot, and I get called defeatist, but I think that the time for, oh my God, we have to go through the proper channels, we have to do all this stuff that relies on the Democrats, that's over. Like, we cannot rely on these people anymore. Why do we have a Democratic president, a Democratic Senate and House, and still the Supreme Court can just do whatever they want? And that has nothing to do with the will of the people or with voting. I think I've said this before on JBU and possibly here. Like, when people are talking about, well, we have to go through the system, like, Trump will win re-election from jail. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, so I'm very interested in the people who are now like super locally organizing. And I had dinner with a friend of mine last night who talks about how he's part of these groups that will show up to protests in tactical gear or are taking this like extremely seriously. And I think that those people are truly onto something.
Yeah, I mean, showing up to a protest in tactical gear, if you're not part of like a group that has plans or like has a plan for, I don't know, de-escalation or whatever you're doing, like that will immediately make you a target.
Yeah, but I think that a lot of it is just them kind of being like, this is a battle. Like, this is a war now.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think it takes a lot of different strategies, I think. Obviously, this system is a farce. I don't think, I mean, Republicans are like basically at this point in our society and for most of American history, I guess current Republicans are like frothing at the mouth, like trying to kill everyone. And then like current Democrats are like, hey, vote for us. They're like, hey, vote for us and we won't let those guys kill you. And then you vote for them and they're like, oh man, those guys are crazy, right? And you're like, yeah, do something. And they're like, haha. And you know what I mean? And then
yeah, of course I know what you mean.
So it's like, okay, one of these things is way worse, but one of these things is not doing anything. But I don't know. Yeah, I definitely think like plugging into local communities is important. And like doing for yourself and your community is definitely important. I also think like, I don't know, primary the shit out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like let's push for like more progressive people